Hey, what's going on? It's Craig Bennett, aka Cash King, here for DFS Army, and I have another prize picks video for you where I give you my 5 favorite prize picks. And basically, it's a very simple site, very simple. It's fun to play. All you're doing is going over or under fantasy points or single stats, which they have now. I did a lot of single stats tonight. The fantasy points seemed pretty stiff, but I felt like there was some single stats that we could go over or under on that I felt pretty good about. So we're going to jump on them. If you don't have an account, head on over there, use promo code DFSArmy, get a 100% instant deposit match up to $100. The link is also in the description below if you want to click on that. Again, you can go 2 picks up to 5 picks. Power plays, flex plays. There's lots of ways to play here. So if you don't have a lot of time to build lineups and some of the other sites, this is a perfect place to play for you. Again, I'm going to show you the desktop version. You can go over and use the mobile app as well in the App Store and Google Play. But with that, let's just dump in and talk about the picks that I like today. All right, as you can see, I have the 5 picks already up here on the board. We'll just kind of talk about them, the ones that I like, and just kind of dive in from there. Again, I think what we're gonna do is again, confidence rating 1 through 5. Top one I like, down to the one I'm a little less confident in. But number 1 we're gonna put on the board here is Draymond Green over 7.5 assists. Now, we know that both centers are out here. It's a high total game, close spread. There's no Looney. There's no Wiseman. Pascal's still questionable. When we saw these 3 guys out, Draymond's went for over double-digit assists. That's been his highest peripheral because he's been playing a lot of point forward, getting Curry involved, getting those shots in. Curry's been on fire. So I think we continue to see it here. Even if Pascal plays, if it's a close game, Draymond's going to be out there, and he's going to look to facilitate more than score. So over 7.5 assists here for Draymond Green as the first pick that I like. Second one, we're going to dive right in here and go to DeMarcus Cousins over 16.5 points. I thought the fantasy points were pretty fair that they had at 44 fantasy points. So I think Cousins and Depot have big games here. I think we can see closer to 20 real life points out of Cousins. So I like Cousins at 16.5 real life points. And the same thing, I'm going to go to his running mate here, Oladipo over 23.5 points. Again, I think we see close to 30 out of Depot here. Great matchup against the Hornets. There's no Wood. There's no Wall. It's going to be, there's no Gordon. It's going to be all of Depot and Cousins to do the scoring. And I think Depot's going to look for a shot early and often here. So I like the over 23.5 points for him. And the last 2 I got here, Kyle Kuzma over 14.5 points. Should draw the start here with no Anthony Davis. Definitely will look for a shot. He can do it from 3-point land. He can go in the paint and get it. It's a good matchup against OKC. They're not a good team at all. So 14.5 points feels a little light. I think he can get to the 20 mark here and easily cruise this over. And the last one here is just more of a gut play. Michael Porter Jr. over 14 points. I like it more if we get Murray out. That'll open up more shots for Porter Jr. And the one big thing with Porter Jr. is Milwaukee doesn't give up points in the paint, but they give up points in abundance outside the 3-point line. And that's where Porter gets a lot of his points. He's a dead-on shooter outside the 3, and I think he's going to do it here. And I think he gets over 20 real-life points here. So I like Michael Porter Jr. over 14.5 points. Again, those are my favorite bets. Again, if you want to go over and check our chat room out over at DFS Army, head on over there, use promo code CashCake, save 10%. We're in there all day talking prize picks, not just NBA, but if there's an NHL pick, we'll drop that in there. A little bit of everything, but we have a room dedicated just for that, and there's guys grinding this away all day long. So with that, I appreciate you. Hope you win some money. And again, if you don't have an account, head on over there, use promo code DFSArmy, get 100% match deposit up to $100, and let's crush. Deuces.